Jonathan with Iron Mind Hypnosis here. Perhaps you might find it beneficial as the weather is changing. The the days are getting warmer. Beautiful days with much sunshine and even warm nights, not cooling all the way down at night. And some people have no problem with that change. Some people really enjoy it to be quite warm. And some people are a little less comfortable with that transition. They might enjoy many things about the summer, and there might be some aspects which are uncomfortable, hard to focus for, maybe even exhausting. Some aspects that may even make it hard to sleep. Well, if it's safe and appropriate for you to do so, I'd like to invite you to a little journey focused on realigning your body's temperature comfort point. Go ahead and close your eyes. Taking a deep breath and relaxing, letting tension flow out of your body, releasing any tension that is within your control to release, and regarding kindly anything else that catches your attention. Now, continue to breathe, each breath helping you to relax and become more comfortable. Every breath, tension replaced with peace and comfort and relaxation. Now, you can relax slowly, gently working yourself to a place of total calm and relaxation. Or you might find that you relax quickly into a profound level of comfort and peace. And there's no harm to relaxing slowly, just as there's no harm to relaxing quickly and continuing to enjoy that relaxation. Some journeys start with a doorway from a familiar place. And the doorway might be a typical doorway, its usual self, or it might morph and change to be a special way forward, a doorway to a special place of teaching and learning and adapting to the new situations. And you can open that door to a place where time works differently. And it might be quite warm. On the other side, perhaps there's sunshine. And I don't know quite what it'll look like. The path in front of you It's a bit of a long path, goes off into the distance, and it seems quite warm for a walk today. And feel free to enjoy walking that path despite the heat, the sunshine, and notice any signs of life, plant life, animal life, activity around you. Just there to appreciate as you make your way just as slowly as you feel you can appreciate it, or drifting as quickly, moving as fast as you'd like. The air has its temperature. Perhaps it's moving or seems stagnant. It's got its properties, the air does. And it might smell nice, or it might have no smell at all. And you can enjoy this walk despite the warmth, because you're going to a special place that will accelerate your comfort and adaptation. And as you walk that path, I'll tell you some stories, some anecdotes. They might mean something for you, or they might be the sort you can dismiss, listening in the background as you enjoy your path on the warm day. I remember so long ago in university, grad students would be sent to every corner of the world to do their important research out in the field. Some of them would go to cold places, and some to very hot places. Some of them would go to wet places, and some to very dry. There were very few places in the world that didn't get a grad student, a researcher, someone working on a project of understanding. And when they would come back, in addition to writing papers for publication, often they would give a talk. And the ones who went close to the equator, traveled in the summer, were in those very warm places. Temperatures well over 100 degrees on the Fahrenheit scale. An American university, you understand. And they would show their pictures of the places they had been, the situations they had studied, the people they had made friends with, themselves sometimes. And I remember this one talk A researcher had gone to a quite warm place in Africa, and she was trying to explain this wasn't the actual area of her research, but she was just trying to explain that despite how warm it was, truly hot in fact, that here's a picture of some of the people she was with, and here's one of the locals. And this fellow is wearing what looks like a winter jacket. It's big and puffy. It's darkly colored in the bright, bright sunshine. And she's trying to tell everyone that once you're there for a while, your body, by some mystery, just doesn't need to produce heat anymore. You just stop being too hot after a while. Your body realizes that creating enough heat so that it needs to cool and sweat just isn't necessary, isn't important at that time. Which reminds me how so many people find themselves even from day to day, one day seems so cold, and the next seems about right, and shortly thereafter, it's too warm. It's just uncomfortable. But within a few weeks, they become comfortable again, understanding they're perfectly in tune with the world around them. Their body is adjusted to exactly the situation they're in as they walk a path from one point in time to another, such that if there was a cool night or a change in weather, just stepping into a refrigerated room, temperatures that once seemed quite natural, normal, the way of being, now become cold again, cold and uncomfortable. But how can this be? Only a short time ago, those temperatures seemed reasonable. But now the exact temperature from before seems so cold. And the temperature outside that once seemed so warm might still seem warm in a pleasant way, or just feel right, appropriate, and comfortable. Maybe they've changed how they're dressing. Sure. But not everyone can do that. Most everyone finds their level of comfort changing season to season. Most people believe that it needs to take a long time to become comfortable, moving from one place to another. But we all have had situations where we have become comfortable far faster than others. Perhaps talking with a new friend. There is the phrase fast friends. Someone you just get along with somehow. It all seems to work out. It's like you've known them forever. Very comfortable to be around. It might even be a lot of fun. Just breathe and dream and drift as you follow that path. The special experience. Some people very much enjoy hiking. Some of them are researchers, and some of them are tourists. Some of them just like to hike because they enjoy nature. Now, many areas of the world have secret hot springs, and some have very public hot springs. But some of these hot springs require a significant travel, a path, maybe hiking up a mountain, past interesting rocks, scenery. Some people pack exactly everything they could ever need when hiking. And some people can even do so in a very light pack so they can feel confident and comfortable in their travels. Some people absolutely stick to the minimum. Hiking and finding a spring, as some springs just flow fresh water down a creek. And some springs have warm pools that are so relaxing to bathe in, to sit in the warm water. Many of these hot springs, with their intensely warm water, the sort that you probably dip a toe in first, and maybe a foot, and stand in, maybe moving slowly to get in. Some people prefer to move swiftly and get it all over with because they know what they want when it comes to that experience. To feel the relaxation of these waters that are rumored to be medicinal, beneficial in some way, positive for the health, the rejuvenation of the body in some way or other. And it's so easy in a warm hot spring pool, so much like jacuzzis many people appreciate, have enjoyed in the past. But out in nature, with that special water, soaking, feeling so warm. Some people like to make a day of it, a passage of time, a point of really treating themselves well, allowing that time to heal both mentally and emotionally, as well as in their bodies, changing, adapting. And it's a funny thing that after spending a day hiking, soaking, you can find yourself stepping out of a pool of very warm water into air that is much cooler. The air might seem cold. Perhaps you dry yourself. Before walking away from the spring itself to one of the cooler springs, as you climb into the water, which now seems so cold, you worry that it might be icy, but you know better. You can see the steam. It's actually still quite warm. But this is the next pool. There's a system to these. And you sit and you soak and become comfortable with this pool. Be comfortable with this water as your body acclimates to this situation. Breathing and enjoying this water. Sometimes people hike alone. Sometimes people hike and meet up with interesting characters also hiking. Sometimes people will hike with friends as well. It is, of course, recommended to hike with a buddy. Every person makes their own choice. Sometimes, at the end of a relaxing camping day, people might spend time around a campfire, tuning their instruments. Perhaps they've brought a guitar. Perhaps you've got a friend with an interesting talent for playing spoons. Or maybe a friend with a fiddle, tuning the strings. Doesn't happen all at once. Getting things just right can take a few minutes as their bodies, their ears, tune themselves, tuning in to the changes, the strings, before they play. You know, oftentimes musicians on stage in front of huge audiences find themselves retuning their guitar, their bass, any stringed instrument they bring up in front of the bright lights needs to be adjusted to make the perfect music for their adoring fans. And likewise, your friends at the end of a camping day. Notice the cool air requires another adjustment before really just enjoying the beauty of the noises they can make, the songs they remember, the joy of company, the joy of friendship, the joy of good times out in nature. Sometimes after spending time in a cooler pool, it's possible to think about what had seemed to be a cool pool, seeming quite comfortable on a cold day. Maybe the sort of day with a stiff breeze, or maybe it's just cold in and of itself. The sort of cool day that causes goosebumps, goose flesh, the raising of the hairs on your arms, or wherever they do. But it's possible to feel that kind of cool when you get out of the water. Some people choose to do so quickly, some people a little more slowly. Sometimes you can leave a warm pool to a snowy night, a snowy time. Oh, many people really enjoy that. When it's a jacuzzi, a hot tub, a warm pool at home, and are happy to walk through the snow even barefoot to enjoy the warmth and the cold. And some people are happy to go to a hot spring on a mountain, out in nature. And there's risk of a little light dusting of snow, or maybe some frost on the trees, the plants, or whatever is around. And you might find yourself walking back from this experience, leaving the pool, feeling the cool air, just appreciating that your temperature is right for you as the air seems cold. Noticing every little change in the movement of wind, air. Appreciating how much cooler even that feels. Knowing that your temperature is just right for you. as you walk the long path. Some people like to walk, but perhaps you also like to float, drift, fly this path back towards that doorway, knowing that the air seems cool and comfortable. Other people might even think the air feels a different temperature than you do, but it's comfortable, it's pleasant for you. Now, you've had this experience. Your body can change so many things. Change from waking to sleeping, and from sleeping back to waking, as you will do soon. Your body can change the sorts of foods and beverages it likes over the course of a lifetime, or what you're in the mood for over the course of a day. There can be things that you like at one time, and your body can change its mind to be comfortable with other things at a different time. Just like some researchers comfortable in one part of the world travel and become comfortable in another. Just like a day, a room, even, it seems warm, can eventually seem just normal, perfectly reasonable. Just how you put your hand in warm water, perhaps doing dishes by hand for some reason, enjoying a bath, and you remove your hand from the warm water, perhaps to wash your hands in cold, the lukewarm water. The cold water can seem so cold. By the mere action of comparison, as your body quickly adapts to the change in temperature, feeling comfortable as you continue to move back towards that doorway and travel back into that familiar space on the other side of the door as the door transforms back the way it was, enjoying this space of familiarity comfortably. And in a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 5, and when we reach 5, you will be wide awake and alert, feeling comfortable. Your sinuses will be clear, your voice will be clear, your eyes will be clear, like they've just been washed with fresh, cool spring water. You will feel comfortable in the temperature of the air around you. Your lungs will feel open and clear. Your body will feel energized. And you will be feeling good and ready for whatever the day has for you, knowing that you have the ability to adapt, grow, and change. 1, becoming aware of the surface you are on. 2, taking a deep breath and letting that energy-giving oxygen flow to all your blood and your tissues and the cells of your body. 3, noticing just a feeling of energy from the room around you, the energy flowing into you, feeling good. 4, moving your fingers and your toes. And 5, making a big stretch, eyes wide open, feeling good. Deep breath, letting that energy-giving oxygen fill your lungs. Transfer that oxygen to your blood and your tissues and all the organs of your body. Eyes clear and bright, sinuses feeling good, voice working perfectly, lungs feeling good, body feeling good from head to toe. Just noticing how the temperature in the air just seems to be a little bit different. Maybe just here and there. Maybe it feels a little bit cooler on your forearm. Maybe your back seems to be a different temperature than it was before. Maybe even you've noticed the hairs standing up here or there. Almost like you just gone for a travel in a cold place. Somewhere snowy even. Maybe a frosty night. I hope this was of value to you. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care.